Howdy ho, guys and girls. Welcome back to the Den of Tools mobile edition still. And yeah, I said it the other day in a video when we are talking about it, I'm like, hold off on the stuff that's below 20 bucks. I got this premonition, this feeling. I could smell it around the corner that it was coming, and it hit. I'm having a premonition. I've got a feeling in the force that one of those everything under 30% coupons is around the corner.
Russell no longer needs the waiting module.
We nailed it on this one. 30% off all items in the store under 20 bucks. Then we've got, on top of that, we got 15% off of everything 20 to 50. That's an alright deal. And the 10% off everything over 50. That's just kind of a bonus in there if you need it. Let's jump through it. I'm going to show you what's the best of the best, what you should be using this coupon on, what's going to save you the most amount of money. Now, just so you know, today is Thursday. You have to be inside track to use it today. But starting tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, everyone gets the access. 30% off anything under 20 bucks, as we just laid it out. So we're going to start off there because that's where the real savings is. A 30% off coupon. That's a winner chicken dinner. So let's jump into it. First thing I'm going to talk about is the Bauer 20 volt. This is their orbital polisher buffer. It's an inexpensive tool to begin with. It's 20 bucks. Doesn't come with a battery. It's tool only. But if you're doing any kind of car detailing, this is a nice to have kind of thing. If you're already in the Bauer lineup, you throw a battery on this. I mean, at 30% off. What is that? I should have the math on this up here. I try not to do math in my head because, you know, things happen. But it's, what's it going to be? It's not 70, it's 15, is it? Let's see, 0.7. It's going to come out to be $14. $14. Where else are you getting cordless tools for $14? Let's talk about some hand tools, all right? The Icon. Now, the Doyle, I've said the Doyle are fantastic. I love the Doyle stuff. But the Icon, man, look at this. You're getting your adjustable joint channel there, your AKA tongue and groove or channel locks, coming in at $18. They hate it when I say that stuff. Yeah, that's the channel locks, the brand name. Tongue and groove is the actual name. And fun fact, this is actually a type of slip joint plier. But that said, you're looking at $18, and that's going to be on sale 17% off. I'm not going to do the math on all of these. You can figure it out for yourself. But the last one was 14. It's got to be around there, if not a little bit cheaper. Coming in, Central Pneumatics. This is a fantastic gravity feed HVLP gun. Did I get their HVLP? Okay. $15 on this normally. I know pros who use this gun. People will comment down below and back me up on this. I know they will. Because for laying down some base coat for basic kind of stuff, doing primers and stuff like that, this is a solid gun, and it's easy enough to take apart and clean, or better yet, at that price, once it gets too good, toss it and get another one. And you know, 30% off of that, that's nothing to shake a stick at. Speaking of sticks, how about this? You know, if you saw my video, I'm absolutely in love with this extendable breaker bar. It lives with me in my truck. It's 3/8. It's not the super heaviest duty thing, but it's small, it's compact, you can take it anywhere. Great for self-defense, great for taking off anything a 3/8 goes onto. I did a whole video on it. You throw one of those torque adapters on there, you got an instant, you know, torque wrench with it. $18 is a solid price. 30% off of that is a buy it now price. All right, this one, I know, oh my gosh, all you Quinn guys are going to say, finally, he's talking about the diamond tip. This is one of these cult ones that everyone seems to know about except you. The diamond tip screwdriver set here, it's a 6-piece. It's a great little set. It is. And $15, it's a nice little pickup just on its own. At 33% or 30% off, that's something you want to throw in your bag. All right, let's keep going. The Icon ones, the Icon screwdriver set here. This is a good solid workhorse of a screwdriver set. You know, and remember the Quinn and the Icon lifetime warranty. 20 bucks on that. That's going to take it down to what, $14? Oh, geez. And this one, like, this is a great time to pick up like the Doyle. I'm super happy with all of the Doyle stuff I have. But this is a great time to pick up some of those odds and end ones that you're like, hey, you know what I'm talking about. You walk through the aisle, you look at it, and you go, yeah, I might be able to need it. I don't need it now. At 30% off, now's the time to pick it up, because then when you do need it, you got it, and you saved a bundle on it, and don't end up being that guy. I've been that guy. It sucks being that guy. Like, I didn't buy it before. I need it now, and I'm paying full price, and it sucks. Don't be that person. Speaking of which, Bremen. This is a no-brainer, okay? This is, as we know, and Freight probably doesn't like me talking about it, but we saw that these are coming out of the same factory that the Milwaukee locking pliers are. Now, I'm not saying these are as good as the Eagle Grip, the Malco's, or whatever. I have a set of those. They're freaking fantastic, but they're almost a collector's item. And at 50 bucks a pop on those, You don't want to break those out for any of the jobs where you're really going to be breaking, probably breaking a tool or going crazy with. For this, especially like you're doing some welding and stuff, all the Bremen stuff is fantastic. It really is. I've got the Bremen, I've got the Milwaukee. I've looked at them both. They're exactly the same practically. I will say the Milwaukee does have that nice little plastic nut on the end that makes it a lot easier to torque down. I do like it, but you know what you can do? You get a wing nut and you can replace it. The same thing. Anyway, 30% off on that. That's going to take it down to what, $7? Buy them all. They're like Pokemon. All right, now this one, I'm going to put this one kind of as a stand-in blaster. It's decent stuff for the white. I'm a big fan of the white lithium grease. I use it on my doors of my truck. I live on a dirt road, and the squeak that builds up in the doors of my truck is ridiculous. So what you do is you go in with the WD-40. Everyone thinks, well, that'll get rid of the squeak. Nah, WD-40 doesn't stick around, all right? But it's a great degreaser and cleaner. So you go in there, you spray the WD-40, you leave it for a day. That cleans everything out. Then you come in with the white lithium grease once the WD-40 is starting to fade off, and you put the white lithium grease in there. That lasts a lot longer. Now, that said, this is a name brand product. Harbor Freight has scattered around the store a bunch of name brand products. This is the time where you can get them all. They're almost all under 20 bucks. That means you're going to get them all for 30% off. That's better than Walmart pricing. It's better than Amazon pricing. That is a stock up. You got that one cabinet in your shop, right? That's got all your fluids and oils and stuff. This is the time to stock up on that. All right. Now, speaking of stocking up, let's talk about this. We got all the parts here. Now, granted, like some of the parts are kind of expensive, parts bins, stuff like that. But we come down here and starting right about, where to go? Right here with the storehouse, 40 bin storehouse, it's under 20 bucks. The toolbox, the tackle box style storehouse, it's under 20 bucks. How about the multiple rail sockets there? Look at all of this stuff. These are all under $20. They're all going to get hit with that 30% off. Now, I will say this. The coupon does say one item per customer. And that's the rule. There have been, how do I say this? A lot of times they let you buy more. I've been in situations where I went in and I bought 20 items and I got all 20 items. I'm not saying you should press for that. Definitely don't. Don't be that guy. But if they let it slide, then they let it slide. If they say one, then hey, then one. That was the rule. You knew it going in. But I'm just saying it happens, and it was almost kind of like a well-known secret kind of thing that you could get more than just the one item. But Harbor Freight's updating their computer system and such. Maybe it doesn't happen. But I mean, if you're looking for time to stock up, it's time to stock up. This is it. Look at this. All the U.S. General accessories. Look at all these things. We got the non-slip liners. We've got the compartment organizers. The black trim kit. If you got that five drawer cart and you want to start looking like the Series 3 cabinets, you can do that. You got this little magnetic bit holder here. This thing's fantastic at $10. It's a no-brainer at $7. Anyway, a ton of that stuff. All right, let's keep going here. I'm sorry, I went backwards there. All right, we got the shop towels. The shop towels, again, another name brand one. I use these all the time. That's a fair price at $16. I think the best price I've seen on it's $15, but now we're going to knock 30% off of that. Let's keep going. How about tarps and tie downs? All the tarps, all the tie downs, not all of them, but most of them, they're all under 20 bucks. Look at all this stuff. This is, again, all the time to stock up on those things that you need. This is an item I use a lot. People like to say, all the real safe nerds are like, well, that safe, that's really a residential security cabinet. And it's not going to be fireproof rated for like the Inferno and stuff. In most cases, it's going to be fine. But you know what the wife and I do? We grab some of these Union Safe Company fire-resistant bags, birth certificates, important documents, old pictures, family heirloom stuff. They go in the fire-resistant bag, which goes in the fire-resistant safe. You know why? Because 2 is 1, 1 is none. This is how we stay safe on a budget. I don't need to spend $5,000 to have Liberty give my information or my backdoor password to the feds. I can keep it for myself. Anyway, I'm sure they're listening in anyway. Apache 50, was it 550? There we go. This is a great little waterproof clear case. That's what this comes down to. It's a little tiny case. I love the Apache stuff. $15 on this. This is definitely a pickup for you. The Union personal safe there, where when I travel, stuff like that, that's a nice one. It's got the little cable lead leash on it to make sure, so you just pick up the whole box and run off. How about this? How about flashlights? There's both either Hercules or in the Bauer line. If you've been thinking about getting this flashlight, you're like, I don't know, I could probably use it, maybe not. I always kid people and give them heck when they throw these in a 5 tool, combo kit, and one of them's a flashlight. I'm like, let me buy the flashlight on my own. I mean, at $18. Let's see here. At $18, how much is that? At 18 bucks. Where's my calculator? 18 bucks. It moved over there. 18 times the old point 0.7 here. Yeah, $12.60. That's what I'm talking about here. I'll just buy it myself. Thank you. And speaking of good buys, the Bauer, this is a rechargeable. It's only 140 lumens. A lot of people see this and go, what am I going to do with 140 lumens? That's nothing. That's stupid. It's an inspection light. You don't want 500 lumens or 1,000 lumens. When you get super bright on that and you go to like put it in a panel or in an engine bay or something, that light reflects back. Now you've got a blind spot. You know what I'm talking about. You're looking around, you got stars in your eyes. You can't see what you're looking at. You want this medium to low power kind of light. It's more diffuse. This is a great utility, inspection kind of light. It's got the USB rechargeable right there. At 20 bucks, it's a good deal. At $14, it's a buy it now. Also, how about, gotta take your hats off to the American flag that's made in America. This is the Betsy flag here. This is a made in America American flag that they sell at Harbor Freight. Look at this, $20 on that. That's going to come down at $14. Don't know what more you want there. All right, let's keep going. We got I love the glue guns. The cordless glue guns all day long, twice on Sundays. That is a fabulous tool right there. By the way, pro tip, the glue that's used in this stuff is non-conductive. So if you're patching some cables and stuff, if you're doing some wiring stuff, it's a great way to put a little insulator in there as well. All right, let's talk about, and I talk about consumables, welding consumables, all of them. They're granted, there's some that are more expensive, but a lot of them like $8, $8, $9. Welding consumables. If you are a welder, now's the time to go and stock up on everything. All right, let's talk about the 15% off. This one's not as compelling because let's be honest, when they have the coupons out, the 20% off coupon, other than like the name brand stuff and whatnot that's marked as you can't use it on this, or like you can't use it on floor jacks, you can't use it on safes, you can't use it on welding. On those cases, you're like, well, this is where I'd want to use this, except those items are usually over $100. So you're looking at $20 to $50 on stuff that I can't normally use. Anyway, so it's kind of iffy in there. The Bauer here, the Bauer drill driver. This is not just a regular drill driver. This is the brushless drill driver. You're looking at $40 on this, and coming in at 0.85, you're looking at $34 for a cordless brushless. I'm still sick, folks. Still trying to get a half inch drill. That nobody comes close to that. Literally nobody. Now the Icon, I will say this. Now Icon, usually when the 20% ounce come out, I hesitated about putting the Icon here, and there's not a lot of Icon because you can use those 20% off coupons on Icon almost all the time. Well, this one, it's, and you should, but this is one where if I can get my hands on it now and get it on sale, this is such a hot item. Every single one of you should get this item. All right, once you get it, it's got so many uses and things that you never really thought about. It's a fantastic, probably one of the top 10 items that Harbor Freight sells. And trust me, I did a whole video trying to find a better, cheaper, because I'm like, there's got to be, because they're buying it off of someone else who's making it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I bet there's a secret way to backdoor this and get a better deal. Nope, not even close. I spent, was it almost like $500 on mini tool sets trying to find a better one. I got a whole video on it. I don't watch the video. Just buy this. You'll be good. Now this one, the Pittsburgh Pro. Anything with Pittsburgh Pro in the name of it, you should take a double look at it. If you're like, well, I only buy the Icon or I buy the Doyle, if it says Pittsburgh Pro, double check it because they make some great stuff. This isn't, you're looking at this going, well, this is a 3 1/4 set, all right, at $50. So you're getting jumbo size at $50, but you're going to knock another 15% off of that. All right, and this is a great one, a great sleeper over there. A lot of people sleep on this. The digital micrometer that they have there, this is a sweet little tool. This is nice. If you're trying to get if you're doing any kind of milling, exact kind of stuff, $45, it's decent. Again, this is one of these secret finds that a lot of people seem to know about, but no one talks about for some reason. At $45, that's great. 15% off, just icing on the cake. The Bremen clamps. People came out recently and realized, oh my gosh, they've upped the game with the clamps. The Bremen clamps, they're great. Lots of woodworkers switching over to Bremen. $45 here on the 48. You're gonna knock 15% off on that one as well. This is one that a lot of people don't think about, especially if you got a smaller compressor. You got a smaller compressor, get yourself an extra air tank there. Great for portable use, kind of stuff like that. Just a nice accessory to have around the shop. $40 on that, can knock 15% off. Look at this. I've just been talking about the hydraulic jacks, haven't I? A lot of people, hydraulic jack may be the choice you want to go with here. Make sure you're getting the right one for what you want. This is the 12 ton coming in under $45. This is the largest one that's still under that $50 margin, because after that you're going into getting only getting 10% off on it. So we're trying to extend it. Remember, jacks are almost all jacks are excluded on almost all of those percentage off coupons. And of course, the Apache 3800. I'm absolutely in love with the Apache cases. They're, as far as I'm concerned, they're as good as Pelican. A lot of people chimed in every time I say this, and they back me up on this. A lot of people use Pelicans and they've switched over to Apaches because they're just as good, but they're way cheaper. Here's the 3800, nice size case. It comes in the bright orange. I like the orange because around my shop, I look for it and I'm like, oh, it's right there. It stands out from everything else. Eventually my whole shop will be orange and I'll be screwed. But anyway, $40, 30, again, 15% off on that one. All right, and now we got the bigger flashlight. And again, they've got this in the Bauer also. I'm not going to show both. But again, these are probably ones that you've thought about, like, hey, it'd be nice, but, I don't want to spend the money on the flashlight. But now's the time to spend money on the flashlight. All right, and extension cords. How about this? This is a 10 by 30. That means it's 10 gauge wire. That's actually heavy duty. 10 with a 3 means it's a 3-prong. Of course, something that big better be 3-prong. 3-prong. And it's got the triple tap extension on it as well. I love that. $42.99, 15% off on that one. Now let's keep going. The Syntec, they kind of snuck this one in. They got rid of the old Syntec scale, which the best price on the old Syntec scale was like $34. And they got rid of that and they came out with this new one. This new one is nice. It's sleek, it's digital, it's got the roller remote so you can move. It's not locked into the front of the scale like the old one is, which means you can get bigger, oversized packages on it. It holds up, I think the other one did like 75 pounds. This one does 110. So now you're getting the upgrade, and with the 15% off, it's cheaper than it used to be when it was on the older version. Again, a buy it now kind of thing. You guys have been thinking about getting the Bauer Cyclone dust separator. Might be time to pick that sucker up. That's a nice little 2-stage kit there for you. How about this? This is a solid workhorse multimeter. The Ames Digital DM600. I won't say there's anything fancy about it. There's nothing to write home, but if you just want a workhorse every day, does it all kind of multimeter, everything other than a clamp meter, that is, at $45, it's not a bad deal. But you knock 15% off of that, that's a sweet deal right there. All right, now, for the things that are over $50, you're going to get 10% off. And I could go through a bunch of things here, but honestly, the fact of the matter is, if it's over $100, it's over $100. You know what you're looking at, and there's really none of them that you're just like, hey, that's an amazing deal, you got to get it now. It's all like, I've been waiting for a coupon on this. There could be a better one coming out if it's a specific coupon, but really what you want to be looking at is stuff where there's not often a coupon on that item, and it's often excluded. Like there's Essential Machinery bandsaw, the big metal horizontal bandsaw that's normally like $1,800. That might be a use case. Anyway, you know what you're going to use it on. What I do have is some quick warnings, because I know some of you are going to go, oh my gosh, I know I'm going to get the backhoe with it, or I'm going to get the giant mill with it, or I'm going to get the sawmill with it. Here's the problem with this. All of these super big end ones, they're also bigger physically sized, they're now online exclusives. Now I checked with the store. You can't even order them in store. You have to order it online. And these coupons are in store only, which means you're not going to be able to use it on these. So I just wanted to warn you about that. But again, that 10% off, it's going to be good for a lot of things, but just not for this. Anyway, there you go. We called it out. There was going to be the 30 off. I knew it was coming, man. And anyway, that's all I got for you today. Don't forget to chomp the old like button, smash the subscribe, ring the bell on your way out. Let me know down in the comments what you think the best deal that you're looking for is. Now, you all take care, God bless, and as always, shine on.